What's going on? It's Waiver Wire Queen. This evening we are having our first annual 1373 presents Waiver Wire Queen fantasy draft. This is the league we've been practicing mock drafts throughout the year. The guys are ready to start. I am ready to start. And we're about to get right into it. So I don't think we should make the guys wait any longer before one of them cuss me out. So we're going to let Dre get it started. Just 1 second. All right. Let me just let everybody know we're about to start. And then we'll get it going. We'll get it going. And we'll see how Waiver Wire Queen's team end up turning out. Because my team has been a little bit, my other team isn't that great. But we're about to get it started. I'm excited. I honestly don't know what to do in this draft because, Lord, I am not happy with picking number 11. That is just not a good location to pick for me, but I'm going to try to do what I can to ensure that I come away with the best team that I can come away with. Not used to picking this late. Well, hell yeah, I'm used to picking this late. I don't ever get good picks in the draft, but I've been able to just do what I can to pretty much win leagues. I win a few leagues every year, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do what I need to do to pick the best players here. So we're gonna get it started. We're waiting for this gentleman from 1373 Studios to draft. See what he does. We obviously is a no-brainer for Christian McCaffrey to be the number one pick. I'm not mad at Derrick Henry going second. What the guys got to realize in this league is that we have extra incentives for tight end, wide receiver, and running back. So we got some bonuses and then extra incentives for catches. So it's like super PPR. So yeah. So 1373, this dude was in here, but he ain't in here now. So yeah. It is now Charles's go. You know, he's been talking about this draft for the last 3 weeks and he's not even in here. So that's gonna be on him to pick or mess his team up. You know, Charles think he's the fantasy GOAT. So we gonna see what he does. We gonna see what he does. For real, like it's going down. I'm waiting to see what Charles does. He's gonna end up going with a running back. He's a 49ers fan, so he may reach. And if he reach for a running back on the 49ers team, that's going to be a guaranteed L for him. So hopefully he makes the right decision here. He was just in here a second ago. I don't know where he disappeared to. I'm not a fan of that, being in and then disappearing in like 2 seconds. So yeah, he need to come on with it so we can get this draft going. Otherwise, we're gonna just keep him on auto pick and have the computer pick for him. Now we got A Butter. He is definitely going to be on auto pick tonight. Let's see what he got going on. He normally like drafting wide receivers. I know he has something going on tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised if his setup is for wide receiver. So wide receiver heavy early. He pretty much he's one of the few people I know that just go wide receiver heavy early. I feel like right here at number 5, it's still a bit early for a wide receiver. There are still some of the top dogs at running back that he can pretty much draft. So hopefully he considers a running back here. But if not, it is what it is. It'll be a different strategy if he was to go wide receiver. It's a surprise to me that Cook would be still on the board at number 5. So, yeah, pretty surprising. So we'll see what happens here. So his pick would have been Dalvin Cook or the top wide receiver. So he got Dalvin Cook, which is really good. I don't really like to have a lot of auto picks. We normally have 100% participation. Having 3 people on auto pick back to back to back is I'm not a fan of that. That's not good. Kind of messes up the draft, but it is what it is. This league is a prize-based league, so the prize is going to be donated from 1373 Studios, and it's pretty much a sports box with a $50 gift card included in it. So that's a good thing. Now, this whole time we've been doing mock drafts over the last few weeks. Hove has pretty much 100% of the time gone with Travis Kelce. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was to pick Travis Kelce here, because he's done that in every mock. If he doesn't do that, I would be surprised, which he didn't do. Which, I mean, hey, shocking, but you know, we were getting on him for taking. We've been getting on Hove for continuously taking Travis Kelce every round. So for me, I don't like picking this late, but I can. The only good incentive about picking this late is I can just hit back to back shortly after number 12 team goes. Is there any running backs that I really want right here? Not really. And I'm just want to be different here in this draft. What I do notice is everybody is doing running backs like it was like I expected. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go and grab who I feel like right now is the best wide receiver in fantasy. So going with the big dog. And here it goes. Now let's see what 1373 Studio is going to do. He has back-to-back picks. I actually like that last spot. Just going back-to-back. That's my favorite spot. I'm always picking like 6 or 7, so that's good here. He went with Stephon Diggs. I mean, I like Diggs, so I'm not mad at that pick. I feel like that's a solid pick. That is definitely a solid pick. Okay, so he done switched it up, and he went with Mahomes. So let's see what Waiver Wire Queen is going to do here. I got Devontae Adams. It is my go. I don't want to make the guys wait too long like some people are doing in here. So for me, I am going to go in. What do I want to do here? I'm not going to do a traditional draft. I'm not going to go traditional, but what I'm going to do here is I am going to go and do a little reach. I don't feel like it's reaching. I'm just going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Boom. In this league, the format is to start 3 wide receivers. So, you know, it is what it is. This is the first time I've ever drafted Tyreek Hill in a draft. First time. He's never been available. I knew that Hove was going to come back around and draft Travis Kelce. Now, what he does is he ends up trying to get Josh Allen, but we see that Mahomes is already off the board, so obviously couldn't do that. Couldn't have that as an option, but nonetheless, that's not a bad move here. Not a bad move at all. Now we got Q here. He's a big Cowboy fan, and as you can see, he took Ezekiel Elliott. Not a bad pick. I expect Ezekiel Elliott to have a much better season than last year, but obviously playing as bad as he did last year, I mean, it can't get no worse than that. All right. I don't think he'll lose his starting job to Pollard because I feel like he is obviously the more talented running back. We know that for sure. So I don't expect that to occur. So I don't have to worry about that. However, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. I don't feel like the Cowboys did a lot to help their offensive line, in my opinion, but we're just gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. So, and we're gonna hope that these guys don't take forever to pick. Charles, the pressure is on you. What are you gonna do? Go on and either grab a running back or a wide receiver. Never thought I would do two wide receivers back to back in the draft, but trying something different. Just trying to have fun with this draft and see, you know, where I will end up this season. I have a video I did. You can check it out. How I went 11-2, and in that league I went wide receiver heavy, and I ended up pairing top wide receiver, not a top wide receiver. I ended up pairing Will Fuller with Watson. Obviously, we don't know if Watson is going to play this year. He's not somebody that I'm checking for in redrafts, and this is a redraft league, so I'm not checking for him because we simply don't know what's going to happen. So can't figure that out and don't know exactly what to do there. So don't know, but so far I like the moves. Kev, I'm not really. I think he reached just slightly for CD Lamb to go high in the second round. I do expect CD to have a great season, but let's see who else is still left in this draft. I guess that's not bad because you're starting to see more wide receivers being taken, as you can see. Dre obviously is in the best position because he had you figure he had first pick. So you pair DK with CMC and AJ Brown. That's not a bad group to pair together. I really like that. So not mad at it. Okay. So Josh Allen is gone early. Woo! I love that pick. I really do love that pick of Josh Allen. Just not for his team, but I mean, Josh Allen's second quarterback off the board in this draft. That's not a bad move. However, in this draft, we are not doing it. This is not a super flex league, so I don't see the reason to jump for a quarterback so early. And as you can see, there's only 2 gone off the board. So I don't understand it, but hey, what do I know? You know? So let's see. Who is this? Someone by the name of AD. AD13. He's someone at 1373 Studios. As you see, he's just taking Kyler Murray. He paired Kyler Murray with Hopkins, so I like that. That's a nice, smart move. They made some magic last season together. They played extremely well together first year together. I must admit, it was no drop off in what Hopkins was able to do, and I think it's going to be even better this season. So we just gotta check for him and see what happens. I think that was a great move right there. I'm not high on Jacobs this season, and I'll tell you my main issue is the simple fact that I just feel like he he's touchdown dependent. Like if he's not getting touchdowns, then he's not necessarily productive. Like no touchdowns, and say you consider him your RB1, he's not getting touchdowns and he's not really producing yardage wise, then it's just not a good move. Not a good move at all. So obviously the best person is up, Waiver Wire Queen. So let's see what I'm going to do here. So I went wide receiver heavy with my first 2 picks. And now I'm trying to see what running backs are available. I'm looking at 1373 Studios. Smart move would be for him to obviously take a running back. So what I am going to do is I am going to go all the way down. See, what I can do is I can still Edwards Hilaire, and then he wouldn't be able to get him, but that's not who I want. So I am gonna go all the way down here, and I'm just gonna go get the running back that I want. And then when I look up, there's still some other really good running backs that I can snatch as well. So let's also keep in mind with this draft, this the setup of this league is a 2 tight end league, which is fun. I really do love the 2 tight end leagues, and we have extra incentives for tight ends because we know that you have your top 3 and then you have to meet everyone else, and you got to think that obviously everyone else is not on the level of the top 3, but however with the extra incentives they'll be all right. So he's really he's doing some things I didn't expect him to do that, but I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet on this one. So I started out with I got Devontae, Tyreek Hill, and I got David Montgomery. I am gonna pass up on some of the other top 2 tight ends and go for I'm gonna just go and grab I'm going to grab a running back. And so I'm just going to go right here and get Edwards Hilaire. I was pretty much gifting Edwards Hilaire to Mr. G 1373, and he did not accept my gift. So I said, guess what? Gifts, I'm taking my gifts back. And I took that gift back. So he didn't grab them. Waiver Wire Queen just said, well, you know what? Let me go on and grab them out here in these fantasy football streets. And I did that. I feel like Pitts is going to have a great season, so I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad pick. However, I feel like with Pitts, I feel like he's a rookie. He's going to have a good season. However, I got to see it. I got to see it. And like I said, he's a rookie. He's definitely going to be one of the top targets for Matt Ryan. But when you look at some other Andrews is still on the board. Hutchinson is still on the board. He has a little injury thing going on. But, hey, nonetheless, I'm just going to mind my business here. My goal is to try to pair one of my wide receivers, well, whatever wide receiver I can with potentially maybe with a quarterback. Don't know. We'll see how that goes. Had to step out the way for you. I'm right here. Waiver Wire Queen ain't leaving you guys. Shout out to 1373 Studios. If you are looking for top quality recording, if you are looking to work with some of the dopest engineers in Dallas, check out 1373 Studios. Whether you're a podcaster, a rapper, a singer, check them out. They'll get you right. I said what I said, y'all. I said what I said. Exactly. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here in this draft. I'm looking at some teams to see if anything makes sense. A-Butter, he's on auto, so he's going running back heavy, which I know that's never normally his strategy, but that's pretty much what he's doing this time around. He's normally wide receiver heavy. However, sometimes people change it up. It is what it is. So far, let me see who I feel like is having the best draft. There's some solid teams. I really like what Dre is doing. When you got the number 1 pick, you got it. So I love that whole pair, and I mentioned that earlier. Kev, big homie, he's pretty much drafting every Dallas Cowboy. He's a Cowboy fan. So I wouldn't be surprised if he snatches Dak Prescott up once they come back around. If he doesn't, then he would be crazy because Dak's not going to last there too much longer. And again, Dak is suffering from a strained shoulder. I don't know if he's going to be available week 1, but they're going to do what they got to do to get him out there week 1 because you got teams like Washington football team and my lovely Giants representing the Giants tonight, who's trying to take the top spot in the NFC East. So, yeah, see, boom, I got it figured out. Come on now, y'all. It's Waiver Wire Queen. I'm letting y'all know. Look at that. I knew he was going to do it. I'm gonna have to play this back for him and say, hey, I said what I said. I said you was going to take Dak Prescott. So pretty much he has the whole, his draft strategy is the whole entire Cowboys offense. But I just feel like it's more of because he's a big Cowboys fan instead of just strategizing to take a specific offense. It's more of he's a fan, but that's not a bad offense to have. But you want to be careful because you don't want half of your starting lineup to be out. So what he's going to have to do is make sure he come back strong. I like this pick by Dre by drafting Robinson. Good pick. He's listened to Waiver Wire Queen throughout this summer in regards to TJ Hawkinson. Because I really feel like TJ Hawkinson is going to have a career season. Who the hell else is Jared Goff throwing that ball to? Okay. We don't know, but we do know that TJ Hawkinson is capable of catching that ball. So obviously that's going to be his number one target. I don't agree with the Kareem Hunt pick this early, but you know, Kev is just a big Cowboys fan. He didn't want to take Pollard here because he knew that we was going to get on him and it would have been far too early. Miles Sanders, some things to consider. A few weeks ago, they came out and said that him and Boston Scott were going to split snaps. Kerryon Johnson, he's gone, no longer on the team. Kenneth Gainwell has played well, so I do feel like he's third. They got him third, but he's going to get some time on the field. And if you are splitting time with Boston Scott, then you're not someone I want as my RB1. And if he's fumbling the ball like they say he has been doing, and he's doing that in week 1 and the games coming up during the regular season, he's going to be on somebody's bench. So my thing is, if I'm drafting Miles Sanders, at some point I am prioritizing Boston Scott, or I'm just monitoring him, because if they're going to be splitting snaps and Sanders is fumbling, he's going to be on the bench. So hopefully he can correct that. Otherwise, it's bench. And you got to also wonder why Philly invested so much in running backs. You obviously were going to retain a Boston Scott. You drafted Kenneth Gainwell. Then they had Kerryon Johnson, knee issue, and he was doing a real good job. And also they got Howard there as well. But who knows if Jordan Howard's going to stick with the roster. But I feel like he should, considering Sanders' injury history, and then the fact that they had to let Kerryon Johnson go. So what I like right now, so far, I like what I see. I think Dave is drafting Chase too early. Chase has not, he hasn't looked great so far, but let's look and see. When I look at Chase and what he's been doing, let's see some wide receivers who is there. Obviously, somebody I'm going to take right now, I'm going to take Johnson. I feel like that would have been a better move than Chase, because with Chase, as you can see, he's got a lot going on. He just has a lot of issues going on here. So with Nick G, I don't know if he think we're doing a super flex or not, but he done drafted Russell Wilson. He done jacked up his whole team. He jacked up his whole entire team with that one. He didn't need to do that right there. But you do what you got to do. My draft strategy is thrown off a bit for some moves. I look at some of the teams, I see strategy, and I look at some teams and I just see just picking and not really strategizing. So nonetheless, It is what it is. Big issue with Nick G. He hasn't prioritized a running back, and this is definitely a 2 running back league. And as you can see, the running back situation is getting a little scarce. So he needs to figure that part out, like yesterday. So he finally took a running back. Mike Davis is going to be his RB1, which I don't feel Mike Davis is an RB1, but you know, what do I know? I'm just out here drafting right along with him. Now, I'm going to look at these running backs. I only have 2 running backs on my team, and there's some teams that have like 3 and 4 running backs, so that's why you don't see a lot of the value. I'm going to reach for one of my favorites, and I'm going to go ahead of some of these running backs. Like, I'm going to go grab this guy ahead of Gaskin because I don't trust what they're doing in Miami. They mentioned committee. I'm not touching it. Javonte Williams is obviously going to get his opportunity, especially as long as Melvin Gordon is hurt. But Melvin Gordon's going to come back, and Melvin Gordon is the starting running back. Gus Edwards has a lot of value. Dobbins just suffered a knee injury. We'll have to figure out what the extent of that injury is. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and grab this guy who I feel is going to have an excellent season this year. This is a PPR league. And again, this is not just PPR. This is super PPR. So I love this pick because this is super PPR. And I think that he's going to have a career year. Edmonds, I'm very high on him. And this is PPR. He is a really good PPR running back. And it's, like I said, this is super, super PPR. So, expect him to have a career year. Back to the Chase pick. I don't agree with the Chase pick, especially right there when you still had Johnson on the board. You still have some other guys on the board, and there's some doubt with what Chase is gonna do. And this is a redraft league, so I think he could have waited and maybe gotten someone you already know is going to be consistent. Nonetheless, like I said, I'm just waiver wire queen. I'm out here drafting with these guys, and I'm enjoying it. However, Chase, I would have waited on. I would have waited. So, but you know, who am I to tell him to wait? We got Juju Smith-Schuster. He's coming off the board. Let's see who else is still there. You got Galladay there. We don't know what the hell Galladay is going to do. And my biggest concern with Galladay is him being tied to Daniel Jones. I don't know what Daniel Jones is going to look out there on the field because, hell, the Giants ain't putting him out there. I feel like he need to be out there with everyone else because he hasn't shown us, Giants fans, football fans, whoever, that he is a starting quarterback, let alone a franchise quarterback. So some of Galladay's success is going to be tied directly to what Daniel Jones can do. And then when you think of the Giants backup, Glennon, that's not great. So I don't know about. I'm not mad that he's still on the board. I would wait on him as well. Drafting a defense this early is just, I don't agree with it. But you know, I've always been in drafts where people would draft defense and kicker extra early, and it's like, look, I could find a late solid kicker, and that person still really that kicker really gives me what I need instead of sacrificing. Let's see what he needs. Sacrificing a running back for a defense when you have one, and we got to realize that most of all of the starting running backs are pretty much almost off the board. So when you have a situation like you have Saquon, and you don't really know what's going on with him, I would have definitely went and added some other running backs in there because you don't know what's going to happen with Saquon if he's going to be available week 1. So I would have instead of drafting defense, I would have prioritized running back, because technically right now you may not have a running back because you don't really know if Saquon is going to start. So yeah, can't say what's going to happen there. So yeah, we'll just have to see. We out here doing it. Let's go. Super excited about this one. I see Mr. G1373 didn't know this was a one quarterback league. See, that is one of the strategies I tell people. Well, for my fantasy football beginners, and you check out this video, my fantasy football beginners, one of the keys that you need to understand is what type of league you're in, and you need to understand what the format is, because you don't want to draft two quarterbacks early and it's not a sleeper. Not a super flex league, because now when you look at his team, he only has one running back, and there are not many starting running backs left. So he sacrificed potentially a running back, and he has Mahomes and Wilson. He's going to have to make a trade, because that ain't it. What he did, that's not it. No. Gonna have to get it right. But, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at that move. So, okay, Dre. Not Dre. Yeah, Dre. Okay. You took Noah Font. Okay. Gesicki. Gus Edwards. I like that move. As you know, Dobbins injured. Gus Edwards. If Dobbins is going to miss some time, Edwards would obviously be elevated to the starting back. Think about last season. They were splitting time, and then they also had Ingram sprinkled in there at times, and then you got Lamar Jackson, and Dobbins was able to rush for over 800 yards, and then you had Edwards with over 700 yards. So good pick, especially since he is most likely going to be the starter if Dobbins has to miss some time. We're hoping that he doesn't miss any time, so he play. He can play. So let's see who's holding everything up. Who's having a hard time? Unk. Unk is having a hard time out here. Unk is going to be trying to trade Odell Beckham at some point to somebody. So Unk got like 8 running backs on his team. So some of us going to be running up to Unk asking for trying to make a trade for them running backs. Between Unk and A Butter, they got all of the running backs. Some of these teams just all over the place. But having all the running backs, not a bad move. It's all good. Let's see what Hove is gonna do here. I like Cortland Sutton. Let's just say it. Teddy Bridgewater is obviously a better starting quarterback, better quarterback than Drew Lock. So they made the right decision to start Teddy Bridgewater, and that is going to help Sutton. Jerry Jeudy, who still had a really good season, even though quarterback play was horrible. That's going to help those guys. Noah Fant, if I pronounce the name right, Noah Fant. Hamler, they have some really nice weapons out there. And I expect some more consistency. With Teddy Bridgewater last year, with Anderson and Moore, both of those guys, hit 1,000. Okay, and you got to realize he did miss a game. So, good move. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so who's on the clock? Oh, it's Waiver Wire Queen out here in these streets. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go Waiver Wire Queen. Since I've been running my mouth and haven't been looking to see who's available. Let me see what's out there. We have some options available still. We have some wide receivers that I really like. We have a lot that I really like out here. It's a lot of players that I really like. So I gotta get this right. Right now, I am content with what I have so far at running back and wide receiver. Obviously, I need to prioritize. I really do need to prioritize a tight end at some point. For me, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna sweat the whole tight end spot. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm going to grab somebody who I really love his game, Robbie Anderson, over 1,000 with Teddy, and Teddy missed some games. Then you got to think about the fact that him and Darnold have a great rapport going back to the Jets. So you look at what Anderson's going to do this season. You're playing with a quarterback that you are familiar with and you have a rapport with. He's going to have a good season this year. But he's been having solid seasons the last few years. Last season in the Jets, one with the Jets, that wasn't really too good. That wasn't good at all. But you know what? I'm still riding with Anderson, okay? So now Mr. G1373, and I'm talking crap to him right now. He's panicking and just snatching running backs. Waiver wire queen, call waiver wire queen. I'll give you a running back to snatch right now. Okay. Let's see if you can get this one right here. Okay. No pressure, 1373 Studios. No pressure at all. I'm watching. Let's go. Got a few running backs that he can take that will still help his team out a bit. But like I said, we're getting down to the point where it's slim pickings. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a running back. Normally, I try to stay away from the Patriot running backs, but I feel like this guy is going to be the starter. So I'm going to go ahead of Jones. I don't fool around with Ronald Jones. Trey Sermon, I'm going to stay away from the 49er running backs. Michael Carter, at some point, I feel is going to be really good running back. However, I don't think they're going to start him this season to start the season, but he definitely can take over that job. Then you got Dobbins. Don't know what's going on with him. Redraft, I'm just going to go with Harris because he is the starting back. And even though it's a committee, he's the starting back. They've moved on from I'm something in my eye. They got Ramondre Stevenson, who played well during the preseason. He's a little slow, but still nonetheless a good running back. James White is still there. I think he's not going to be in the mix too much. They got JJ Taylor, who I think eventually kind of reminds me of the next White. And if I could get my thoughts together, I can get my thoughts together. Yes, Sonny Michel. Couldn't even think of the poor man's name. They traded him, so that obviously was a really good move. Trading him and elevating the rookie and the young JJ Taylor because they played extremely well. So it was a smart move, and then you acquired some draft capital, which Bill loves to do that. Let's see what's going on out here in the comment section and see what is going on out here in these fantasy football streets. So yes, 1373 is Mr. G is trying to make it known that he's going to trade Russell Wilson. Obviously, he needs to because his running back situation is not good at all. But this is what I tell people who are just starting out or just even vets. You have to know the scoring format and then the roster format. If you don't know what that is, you may end up thinking this is a super flex league and drafting two quarterbacks early. But what he can do is try to make a move make a trade. See if that'll work. May work, may not work. But right now, G, your running back situation looking a little bit suspect out here in these fantasy football streets. You're gonna have to work on that. I'm saying it's not looking good. But if he's able to make a trade, I think somebody will jump quick for Mahomes. Maybe holla at Hove, who is obsessed with Kels, and make a move there. He's gonna have to figure that one out. I am content right now with the number. I'm content with the number of running backs I have. As I said, I wasn't going to prioritize running back. Said I wasn't going to do that. Okay, I'm not going to panic and go. tight end. Sorry about that. Tight end. This is a 2 tight end league, and I should have went and snatched some tight ends early, but like I said, I was building with my wide receivers, who so far I really like my wide receivers. I'm content with my wide receivers. I feel like I got the top dog. I didn't get a chance to pair my wide receiver with who I wanted to pair my top 2 guys with. I was going for Aaron Rodgers, but Ernesto drafted him. I don't see I don't see how that works with his team, because he didn't even take Tunyon when he had an opportunity to. But I may holler at him for a trade. Waiver Wire Queen may holler at him for a trade, because my goal was Aaron Rodgers, and he kind of derailed that. But I got plan B, C, D, E, F, G for my team. So let's see what's going on here. I'll tell you one thing. A lot of young players going early. Do you think that a lot of these young wide receivers are going to have a early impact? Can't say. Like I feel like Chase went far too early, but Dave has been trying to draft Chase in every league, whether it's redraft or dynasty. And right now he's not performing at that level, but it's preseason, and who knows? He may turn it on. He may turn it on and then make all of us look crazy. So we're going to see what's going on here. So just seeing what's still out there. We got Gronkowski went. Okay. Ooh. I'm taking this time. Go on. Make sure you get it right. No worries, no stress. So to me, he's looking like he may look for a tight end or a running back here. Well, no, tight end or a wide receiver, as he only has 2 wide receivers on his team. So I'm thinking he's trying to figure out the best wide receiver to pick up here. So let's see what he do. Mr. G is already trying to make a trade for Russell to try to move Russell Wilson off of his roster. I'm interested, but it just really depends on what he wants, because I think I got a player he may want. Like I got Edwards-Helaire, so I think that's an option for me. Let me see what's going on here. Again, I did not prioritize my quarterback situation. I know that for a fact, I am 100% sure I don't have to take a quarterback right now in this round, because Miss 1373 is not taking a quarterback, because he needs to prioritize some other positions. So I'm gonna go with Curtis Samuel here. I like Curtis Samuel. Good season last year with the Panthers. The main thing is Washington football team going to have a consistent quarterback play. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick, Mr. Magic. Is he going to give you more than 5 games this season? I mean, he's always good for 5 games, and then you have to take him out. Then you, as a Giants fan, I'm okay with him. Wait a minute. He done took Pollard. As a Giants fan, I'm okay with them not playing well, because obviously I want the Giants to win. But what is Ryan Fitzpatrick going to do? I feel like Washington football team has a really good team, but the biggest issue is that quarterback situation. So let's see. Waiver Wire Queen was going to what I did. I just went wide receiver. So I was going to go tight end. Now, I feel like this young man, Tyler Higbee, is going to have a career year. 2019, 700 receiving yards. This past season, 2020, I think he was at like 500. I do see him in that between that range. So more along the lines of 600. He's going to have consistency at quarterback in Matthew Stafford. And then also, he's the starting tight end. Gerald Everett is not there, so you're not having to worry about splitting time. You're on that field. He's the guy. So obviously you got Woods and Cup, and then I feel like the next person in line would be Tyler Higbee. So I'm not mad that I waited. I've been patient, and guess what? I'm taking Tyler Higbee, and that's good. And Ernesto, he done went and grabbed his defense. Okay, great. Whoop-de-boo-boo. Good for you, Ernesto. I like that move. Good move. That Washington football defense is really good. I have no complaints about that pick. Definitely a good defense, you know. Obviously, they have the best defense in the NFC East. And then I'm going to say my Giants would come in second. Very improved defense for the Giants. So, gotta love it. So, let's see what's going on here. Woo! We got some people moving like turtles in here with these picks. My thing is, when you draft, when you are drafting, you don't wait until it's your turn to pick to look for a player. You definitely want to start looking ahead just to, you know, see what's out there and not wait, because you never know what's going to happen. And once your time is up, your time is up. So I'm not with the whole waiting until it's my turn to pick to see what players are out there. To me, a good fantasy football manager, one of the best tools is you already done your homework and you probably have a list of players that you are targeting for your draft. You don't just jump into a draft and just draft for the hell of it. You want to make sure that you have some type of strategy, whether that is like, I'm going to just say, for example, Kev, big homie, he targeted the whole Dallas Cowboys offense because we're expecting them to obviously be great. I think that was just more of he's a Cowboys fan, but nonetheless, we're going to say that's his strategy. Then you may have had someone who paired their quarterback, their top wide receiver with their quarterback for that, you know, double. Smart move. Fine. Got to do what you got to do. As we can see, A Butter again went running back heavy. He got about six. He got 6 running back. 6 running backs. Okay, I hear that. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at him. I may have to come holler for a running back. I love my running backs. But I did something different with the whole wide receiver thing. And I'm not mad at that. So let's see what's going on here. Woo, I tell you, these guys move slow. Singletary. My only issue with Buffalo is I don't know. Is it Singletary? Is it Moss? And then they do have Breida, who's looked good, but excuse me, he obviously lost his job to Myles Gaskin last season in Miami, and I'm not high on Myles Gaskin. All right, I'm staying away from him until they could pretty much come out and say this is not a committee. This is Myles Gaskin's job, which I think it should be, but I'm not the coach. Coach, listen to Waiver Wire Queen, all right? You know, let's see what Q is out here doing. I just don't see it. I like the Russell Gage pick because he is obviously going to be starting opposite of Calvin Ridley. However, he's all right. Not a bad move, but I'm indifferent about the move. So let's see what Waiver Wire Queen's team is looking like. Let me show y'all what my team is looking like here so far. That's me so far. I tried. I'm going to say we looking good. But we haven't gotten a quarterback yet. So that's an issue. We need a quarterback. I still see that there are some really good running backs available. If G's 1373 holla at waiver wire queen holla, I'll give you some advice on some of these running backs that are still available. Okay, you just gotta put that call into waiver wire queen. Okay, and I'll help you out because I see a few that may still be able to help your team, even though you haven't prioritized one wide receiver. I'm gonna get Mr. G. Come on now. All right, I like the Marvin Jones pick. Good pick. There's still some really good value out there. So now what am I gonna do here? I'm not gonna look at my tight end spot because I just want to add one. I need to be adding a quarterback, obviously. Now we got Justin Fields, Trey Lance. I don't see that they'll be playing, even though we've heard that they may have some packages for Trey Lance. Yes, at some point we're gonna get him out there. So I'm just gonna go on a limb and I'm just gonna wait when it comes to quarterback. I'm totally neglecting my quarterback position. Yes, I am. So can't be mad at me. Let me see how many wide 1, 2, 5 wide receivers. And I got 5 running backs. I like that pick by 1373. Can't be mad at that pick. Not mad at that pick at all. So he's stressing over there. I can see the stress. Very, very not a good pick there, but I'm just gonna do a whole reach here, and it's gonna be the last running back I take. See, that's gonna be the last running back I take, and then I just had to do it because I didn't think that these guys would be left, and so now the goal is to one, obviously prioritize tight end and get my tight end. Hell, I need a quarterback, y'all. Just need a quarterback. So I'm taking whatever quarterback I feel is going to be the best available quarterback, not Baker Mayfield, not snatching him up. So I'll leave him there. I really will. So let's see. Who's having a good draft so far? It's a few teams. I'm trying to figure out. Well, yeah, Unc, I like his draft. He went and he got him a bunch of running backs. He prioritized running back pretty well, which is good. As you can see, Watson has just been drafted. Honestly, I don't see Watson playing this year. In my opinion, I just don't. So, I would have just stayed away from it. I understand you take these type of risks, but it's not a bad pick this late. You figure 12th round. We all know that Watson would, if this was, say, a super flex or just even considering where all of the top quarterbacks went, Watson would have been drafted fairly high in first, second round. Well, no, since no quarterbacks went in the first round, but at least in the second or third round, because he's obviously one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. We do know that, but I'm not touching him in redraft. I will snatch him up in a dynasty league, but this ain't dynasty, so go on, Q, knock yourself out. Let me know how that worked for you later on. So now I'm sitting here like, come on, let's go. And I guess that's not bad right there for Tucker. I'll say that. Not bad. That's actually much later than what I've seen. I've seen him go early, and I've scratched my head like, why? But, I mean, we know why, but still, why? Just, it is what it is. TY, okay. Now let's see what Q does here. You'll start seeing more defenses taken. So for me, I am looking at what quarterback am I taking? Am I taking a quarterback coming up? Or am I going to continue to neglect the quarterback position because I am losing my mind over here, y'all? I haven't drafted a quarterback yet. I am not stressing. Lord, I'm not stressing, okay? I'm just taking my time and just trying to build my roster out. Hopefully this team that I am putting together will be the team that will take me to the next level. Okay. We'll have to see. Rashad Bateman. Let's see what other wide receivers were there. You got Aguilar. That's not a bad pick. He hasn't played much. He's injured. So just have to see what happens there. The one thing I will say is, like, again, I am pleased with my drafting of running backs because pretty much all the top running backs were snatched up. I could have just went Adams, Mixon, but I just couldn't resist seeing Tyreek Hill there. But, we'll see how that works. Nick G is in need of some running backs, so maybe we'll come together and work out a good trade. We'll just have to see about that, though. It's hilarious. So Ernesto, I don't know what he's looking for. Is he looking for his kicker? Don't have a lot of time left. Doesn't have a lot of time left. Come on now. 5 seconds left. Come on now. And that's why I say the goal is to pick your players. I mean, have somebody in mind before you get ready to have somebody in mind before you excuse me. Have someone in mind before you pick, or just kind of be looking around to see what's going on out there. So let's see what I do here. I need a quarterback. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go old. Actually, I'm going to go. I can wait a second because I don't think Nick is going for quarterback. And let's try to snatch somebody else up. Trotman. Think he's hurt. He's going to be out 1 to 3 weeks. Kemet, he's another young guy. He's expected to play. He's expected to be the starter, so we'll have to see. I don't know why they got Tim Tebow here ranked, but they tripping on that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Trotman. See, my thing is here, I didn't prioritize tight end because there were there are extra incentives for tight end, so I'm not stressing over tight end. So and plus there ain't many left, but there's some that I can look at and say, okay, I can go with him. But what I really need to be doing is grabbing a quarterback. So I'm gonna just snatch somebody up who I can still pair with a wide receiver. That's just what I'm gonna do because that's just what I want to do. And this may be going a little too far. And it may be a reach. So I have 2 people in mind based on what I have going on, and it's gonna be weird what I do with quarterback. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go so far down here, and I'm gonna go with Ben, and I'm just going with Ben because I want to pair Ben with Johnson. So that's what I'm doing here. And he's gonna get Johnson involved. So I'm happy with that. even though that's late and I jumped over a few quarterbacks ranked higher, but it is what it is. Now, let's see what's going on here. We're looking. Let's see what he does here. Let me look at his team. Let's see what Mr. Ernesto is doing out here in these streets. So he's drafted 3 defense. I don't know why. Like, I don't get that. You don't normally see trades for defense. So if he could tell me why he's drafted 3 defense, and if does he have plans on making a trade here or there, that's a head scratcher. I don't even like drafting 2. I'll just draft 1. So I don't know what he's doing there, but I'm gonna assume he's gonna try to trade one if somebody's interested in a trade. But who's interested in a trade? Not me. Not at all. Not at all, for real. Now let's see. Who is this? This is Q. Me and Q are working on a podcast called Wired and Plug. You'll be seeing more and hearing more about that in the near future. And it's going to be about, it's going to be based on professional sports, and that is football and basketball. Professional. Okay, that's it. Football and basketball. And got a lot of good things coming up with that in the near future. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're working closely with 1373 Studios. Again, like I said, if you are looking for a dope engineer it's going to bring some great sound, affordable prices for podcasters, rappers, singers. You think you got talent? Holla at 1373 Studios, and you won't be disappointed. I said what I said. Now let's see what's going on in this draft. Dre out here plotting. Dre, I think, has TJ Hawkinson in every league. After I did that video about him, Dre went crazy, trading away everybody for this guy. So he better hope that pan out. He better hope that pan out for real. Because you don't want to have I don't really like having one player in like 3 or 4 leagues. I simply don't. But that's a strategy that some people use. I remember 1 year, so a few years ago, this guy drafted the same player in every league that we were in, and this player got hurt, and that just screwed up this guy's team in every league, because this was like his top player, and he had him in every league. And I'm like, I just can't do it. I simply can't, because one injury, if you have that same player and say that's your top guy, like say you last season you drafted Saquon in every league, you know that ruined your fantasy football season. All right, so I don't agree with drafting the same player in every league, because if something happens, that's your season. And if you're in a money league or something like that, then that's your money. It's gone. But people will do what they gotta do. So just seeing what's going on out here. Woo. I still can't believe Ernesto drafted 3 defenses. I'm trying to figure out how he's playing all 3 of those. But he needs to tell me something, because I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. I don't get it, but not my business. let's see what players are available. Some good quality players. Quarterbacks. We got Zach Wilson there. Somebody I'm not gonna mention because I may want to take him soon. Just reaching, but nothing wrong with reaching. Some running backs to consider. Really not seeing anything. Tevin Coleman is still there, so who knows if he's the starting running back for the Jets, then maybe, but there's somebody available that shouldn't be available, but I'm not gonna say nothing. This could help 1373 Studios. G, if you looking for a running back, call Waiver Wire Queen. I can give you some advice. Okay? But if he's going to continue to not contact Waiver Wire Queen for that advice, he'll just have to holler at the end of this draft and try to make a trade with Waiver Wire Queen. Not get him right that way. But I'm taxing him, y'all. Because he's not listening. He got 3 defense. Yes, y'all. He got 3. Just like terrible. I just don't understand it, but I'm a mind my business on that one. So what I'm doing here is going to be weird. I'm going to go. So I'm looking at G's team to see who I want to pick and see if he has taken any of those players. I don't see it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to obviously not draft Tim Tebow because I don't know why the hell Tim Tebow is here. But I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to take Kemet. I'm going to take a chance on a young guy. We're going to see what he does. Okay. I'm not going to do it and draft a running back, which I said I was done with running back, but I wasn't expecting this young man to be available, but I'm going to stay away. Still some decent quarterbacks out there if you need one. Fitzpatrick is there if you just want somebody to come off your bench. I mean, I think he's going to be the starter, so he's still a starter. Okay, and I don't know what's going to happen with him. Like I said, he's good for 5 games, and he has his moments. They move him out, put somebody else in there. I think it's Heineke, if I'm pronouncing his name right. No, I don't see him being that guy. So, as I said earlier, Washington football team has a good team, but what's going to hold them back is quarterback play. So, they're going to have to figure that one out because obviously long-term, Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the answer, and Taylor Heineke, he's not the answer long-term. So G, again, ignored Waiver Wire Queen's advice, and he took Marlon Mack. Okay, that's fine. So since Jameson Winston is the starting quarterback, I'm going to go with him and just do it and get that out the way. And then when I come back around, I got to obviously prioritize kicker and defense. I've neglected that. Yes, I have. And to see, I'll prioritize that once the draft come back around. But yeah. So we'll see what's going on here. Let's pull this up so you can see everyone's team. My computer is a little rough. Let's just scroll it down a bit. You can see what's going on towards the end of this draft. Let me see. Obviously, my tight end situation is a little. It ain't a little terrible. It's horrible. So it all boils down to me projecting that these guys are going to be good and solid for me, or they're going to cause me some hell, and then I will try to make a move. Some people have listened, and like with Gerald Everett, that was a good pick because I honestly feel like he's going to have his breakout season this year. He's going to be the starting running back with Seattle. He's going to see the ball. There's nothing else, especially in the red zone. So that was a good pick. That was somebody I was targeting, but I underestimated G, and then I didn't pick him up. So, but Waiver Wire Queen always got some moves. Late moves, sneaky moves that will obviously help my team, and Got 4 picks. Obviously, I only have 2 picks left to get skilled players, and the other 2 are obviously for a kicker and defense. I don't even know what defense is out there, so I guess I should start looking just to see, what's out there, because I'm just taking whatever's out there. I haven't prioritized defense. It's not important to me. So right now, because I still see that there are some defenses there that I can look at that's going to help my team. And as is what I said, is I only draft 1 defense. I'm not holding my damn team up with 2 defenses. So I got to get it right. And I plan to get it right. Obviously, I'm going to assume that Ernesto is not going to draft another defense, okay? Because, damn it, he just better not, okay? So I'm safe with the defenses that I am targeting. I feel like I can either wait and grab a skill player and let G make a decision on what he's going to do. Is he going to draft a skill player, or is he going to take a second defense? And in that case, I have 2 defenses that I am considering, and I'm still able to get at least one of the 2 that I am targeting. So still can't believe I still can't believe he got 3 defenses. And you can't tell me when you go on auto pick, the auto pick will do that to you, but just not good at all. Now with Hove, no telling what he gonna do. So it's my go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look here. I actually see a kicker that I like, but I'm good. I wanna look at some other players that I really need to get, or just grab my defense. Still see a nice running back that G1373 can grab, but obviously I'm not going to let him know. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another tight end. Dan Arnold is the starter, but obviously if something happens late in the season, I know that I can go and snatch up the rookie treble if he ends up taking over that spot. But obviously right now it's Dan Arnold, so I'm not mad at that pick I just made. So yeah, my tight ends are looking real funky, but it is what it is out here in these fantasy football streets. I'm good. I'm not stressing over it, because this is you get more incentives and bonuses for the tight end position. So not mad and not stressing. So now we're just waiting for 1373 to get it together. He's struggling. He gonna find himself running out of time here. So he picked a kicker, which is not bad move. I can't be mad at that move. So Gold is obviously a solid kicker, so not mad at all. So I can at least do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo with this defense. So what I'm gonna do is either choose between the Chiefs and the Dolphins. So when I've been doing the mocks, I've been going with the Dolphins. Their defense is improved. Chiefs, expecting them to improve as well. So most likely I'm gonna go safe and go with the Chiefs here. So we'll see. My God. Let's see what happens. Come on now. So boom, there we go. So most people obviously do between most leagues do between 1 and 2 minutes. We'll have to see. Yeah, like I said, the goal is pick and don't wait until it's your turn to pick to look and see what's out there, so you kind of have an idea of who you may want to target instead of waiting to the last minute. Then when you run out of time, it's because you waiting. Don't wait. Like I always say, is don't react. Act. Be ahead of the game. And waiting until it's your time to pick is you don't want to wait. Like you want to know what's going on and what moves to make, because you may be thinking about a player and boop, he's gone. So now what's your strategy? So you gotta always be ahead of your competition. And Hove taking a long time to pick. Like, whoo. He's struggling. That's what this is telling me. And it's like, come on now. Pick. Like, and now we got Q on the board. Zerline, obviously, he went with the Cowboy kicker because he's a big Cowboy fan. And so I'm not a big fan of a lot of people being on auto pick. So that's something that G1373 is going to have to address with his people's on auto pick. And figure out that. Who in the world? Bless his heart. He done drafted Orson Charles. Woo! Who the hell is that? Good juice. So that's a nice pick for Dre, Miami. I like the Miami defense. So again, I don't like the whole 2 defense thing. But my issue with big homie's team is he only has 3 running backs on this team and only one of them is a starting running back. That's scary. Really scary. So he may be hollering at somebody for a trade because that's scary as hell to me. But what do I know? I'm just waiver wire queen, y'all. Sitting here chilling, ready to wrap the rest of this draft up. And get going. I like Crowder too. So I like Tennessee. I think Pat Freemook's gonna have a good year, but I honestly feel like kind of rushed on that one with Pat. But Pat may do the damn thing for him. Let's see. Let's see what go down out here. We got Emmanuel Sanders. I like Emmanuel Sanders' move. I think he's gonna be good this year. In Buffalo with Allen and Diggs. So he's somebody I would pick, especially this late. So I'm not mad at that pick. Not mad at all. Good pick. I think I went running back crazy in this draft. So yeah. So I'm looking at 1373. That's G. He needs a kicker. I need a kicker. Now, are there any good kickers out there? See, that was a running back that 1373 could have drafted. So let's see. It's like no clue who. I don't know why he took that dude, but I'm minding my business on that pick. So here's a kicker that I wanted, and I'm not gonna wait because I want this kicker and I'm gonna get him. I had him on my board and he was there the last time around, so I'm happy and pleased with it. But I didn't want to wait because I know that G needs a kicker, so I'm gonna just take my guy. Really good season last year, so really love that kid's game. He can kick, god dag on it. All right, y'all. Let's see. So yeah, waiting on G to make that pick, make that move. He did not draft a kicker, so let's see if he's gonna do the right thing with his last pick because he need a kicker, or maybe he just won't start one. It's gonna be on him. And I do feel confident that there are some solid quarterbacks available in the event that any of my quarterbacks don't pan out. So we're just gonna see what happens here. Okay, so he did not take a kicker. I guess that's not a thing. All right, so I'm either going, as you see, I have 1, 2, 4 tight ends, and I have my kicker. So I can either look at another wide receiver because I feel like I can use another wide receiver, but if I don't see if there's anyone that I like, then I'm not gonna waste a pick on them. So obviously I've been talking, so I didn't get a chance to pick. But Tyrone Williams is not bad because I think he has the most upside out of the wide receivers on he has the most upside out of those wide receivers in Detroit. What's going on in Motown? Didn't even truly prioritize a wide receiver in the draft, considering that your team needed wide receivers. You lost both of your top wide receivers in free agency, traded Matthew Stafford. I feel for Jared Goff, but that's why everyone is high on TJ Hockenson and expects TJ Hockenson to get the damn ball because who else is Jared Goff throwing the football to? Okay, so that's just what it is. That's just what it is out here. So yes, this one is almost over. Obviously, Dre stressing the last pick. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Who knows what he's gonna do? He taking his little sweet time, but it is what it is. As you can see, most people are out. McManus, he waited to the last round to get his kicker. Not bad, not bad. So this is what we have here. Waiver Wire Queen's team is Adams, Hill, Montgomery, Edwards, Hilaire, Johnson, Edmonds, Anderson, Harris, Curtis Samuel, Igby, Hines, McKissick, Trout, Ben Roethlisberger, Kemet, I think I pronounced his name, Winston, Arnold, Chiefs, Blankenship, and Williams. So yeah, that is my team. That's what I did. All right, y'all. So that is the 1373 presents Waiver Wire Queen first annual fantasy football draft. Y'all let me know what you think about everyone's team. Who do you think picked the best? Who do you think had the best draft tonight? Hit that like button so you can see more videos like this and subscribe to Waiver Wire Queen for more, because I'm going to get you right for fantasy football this year. Y'all be great. Peace.